Всем привет! Добро пожаловать на мой канал. Меня зовут Анастасия. Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Anastasia and we are going to study Russian at this channel. As you can see, this is the part of the test and that's already lesson 4. In this series, we are looking at the example of the test. ТРКИ, тест по-русскому как иностранному, the test of Russian as a foreign language, and we are at the question 22 already. Let's look at this question. So we have the gap. Ты любишь проводить свободное время. Проводить время to spend time. Проводить свободное время to spend a free time. What are the options? The questions are these. Кого, the genitive or accusative. Кому, dative. О ком, prepositional. С кем, instrumental. What is the correct option? The correct option с кем. С кем ты любишь проводить свободное время? Who with. To spend free time, we can't say about who. Кого is also not possible because кого is the question which is after some verbs like who do you love or who do you see, but to spend free time, the time is already the object. We don't need another object here. Кому, the dative is usually like receiver of something, so also it doesn't fit this verb. The only correct option – с кем. С кем ты любишь проводить свободное время? Who with. The options, the answers could be с мамой, с друзьями, с мужем, с женой, с детьми, с коллегами. By the way, to practice this verb проводить свободное время, you can write also in the comments. Я люблю проводить время с... The next question. На лекции известный журналист рассказал blank Германии. Рассказал, to tell, to talk about something, Германии. Германии with ee at the end, that's quite tricky because we can have it as a prepositional, we can have it as dative with ee. So it's not clear when you only look at the case, yeah, at the ending. It must be clear from the meaning, like to tell about what preposition, which preposition means about. В, на, о, из. Рассказал о Германии. The correct option is о Германии. By the way, it can be о when the next word is starting with a consonant, but it can be об also, yeah? Like if it was рассказал об Австралии or рассказал об Англии, that would be with a buffer b consonant. That's just the pure logic between like vowel, consonant, vowel harmony. Here we choose a. The famous journalist at the lecture, yeah, the famous journalist told us about Germany. Let's move on. В праздники люди любят гулять blank площади. Площадь, that's the square, the open place in the city. So which preposition we can choose? В, на, о, к. So this o is totally out because it's about something, like the story is about this or the film is about this person. К is when we are moving, like I'm going to visit my mom, so я еду к маме. So we have two options, в and на. I have a special video about these prepositions, how to choose the correct one. Basically, you need to remember that when you speak about the open places, and площадь is one of them, also улица, набережная, like the embankment of the river. Which preposition do we use? We use preposition на. В праздники люди любят гулять на площади. На площади. We say на площади, на улице, на набережной. В праздники, like in the special holidays, in the days when they are off, you know, when there are some celebrations, all the people like to go for a walk on this square. Like usually in Russia, the main square will have the main celebration. For example, New Year celebration or the Day of the City celebration. For example, in my hometown, Arkhangelsk, we also have Ploshchad. The main one is Ploshchad Lenina. Of course, it's Lenin Square. And that's where all the celebrations are, the main celebrations. So, гулять на площади. The next one. На праздник мы пригласили друзей blank Москвы. If you know the cases very well, you know that Москвы, what case is that? Genitive. So, the friends, Moscow, and the genitive case. Which preposition could it be? So, we invited the friends to Moscow or from Moscow? If it was to Moscow, it wouldn't be genitive. These are the friends from Moscow. So, which preposition is the correct option? V, is, s, and k. Definitely not k, because we're not moving to Moscow. Definitely not v, because we're not going to Moscow. We're not in Moscow. The friends are from Moscow. So, is or s. That's also quite tricky. This is the city and we use only, the correct one is only is. With cities we use is. Из Москвы, из Петербурга, из Новосибирска. That's a very common mistake among native speakers. When they speak fast, they instead of is, they say с. For example, you can hear она с Москвы, она с Петербурга, она с Новосибирска. That's wrong. They are making a mistake. It just happened simply because it's faster to pronounce, like one has a vowel is and the other one is just s very quickly, but that's not correct. Actually, it is quite annoying when people use s for all the places instead of is. You must know, as educated smart people, you must know that cities and almost all countries we use is. Из Москвы, из Петербурга, из Англии, из России, из Франции. The correct one is. And the last one for today. В каникулы я поеду отдыхать в деревню blank бабушке. В деревню куда? Бабушки. So бабушка is the person I'm going to visit. Yeah, I'm going to the village on my holiday. I'm going to rest and I'm going to the village. So that's where I will rest. And I'm going to the village to visit my бабушка, my grandmother. So with people, when you come to them, when you visit them, which preposition can you use? You also can see «е» at the end of бабушке. And which case can it be? It can be prepositional, it can be dative. So which one is correct? The correct one is dative. Now which preposition do we use? O, U, K, V. We use K, к бабушке. To visit who? Бабушка. When we speak about people who we come and visit, we use K. К маме, к папе, к бабушке, к друзьям, the dative case. The preposition к requires dative case only. So, в каникулы я поеду отдыхать в деревню к бабушке. К бабушке. When you hear that, it will be к бабушке, because b affects the k. And this k becomes voiced also with voice. So it changes from k to g. Let me know in the comments below if you know about these reading rules, because Russian is not that phonetical as some students might think. Yes, everybody will understand if you say k бабушке, but when we speak, nobody says that. People say к бабушке, к бабушке. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below how many did you get right. If you got them all right and very quickly the correct answer came to your mind, it means that you're probably not A1, you're A2 or even B1 level. I will continue with this test. I am planning to do A1 first with all this vocabulary and grammar part, and then the reading part as well. We can also try and do listening. I'm not sure how to organize the video and listening all together. And yeah, and after that we will move on to A2 and B1 levels of this test. Спасибо за внимание. Thank you for your attention. Увидимся в следующих видео. See you in the next videos. Пока-пока.